The Cei-Rigotti is an early automatic rifle created in the final years of the 19th century by Amerigo Cei-Rigotti, which was an officer of the Royal Italian Army. The rifle was gas operated and had a selective fire capability, either in single shot or fully automatic, and available information on this gun is very sparse and very contradictory in nature. But the prototype weapon was chambered in a 6.5 by 52mm Mannlicher Carcano round. The gun was supposedly presented by Cei-Rigotti to his superiors in a private demonstration in 1895. An Italian newspaper reported on these events in 1900. According to another source, a demonstration was actually held publicly in Rome on the 13th of June 1900, when 300 rounds were fired in fully automatic before the gun got too hot and basically jammed and seized up. But yet another source mentions a demonstration the same year in Barista's arsenal. The British also ordered and tested the gun after these events, but they found it very unstable. The only examples found are in the UK's National Firearms Centre in Leeds, and it chambers the British 6.65 by 53mm Mauser, which is yet another example which is found in the US but owned to private collectors. The rifle obviously had a fixed box magazine loaded through stripper clips. Reportedly, prototypes had the capacity all the way up to 50 rounds. That pretty much exists, especially the one in leads. I think the one in leads is the 50 round capacity one. So the pros and cons of the rifle: it was very compact, very much like a carbine, so in its nature it was very easy to carry and transport. Despite these advantages and advancements, it was still classified as a prototype weapon, but it also was supposed to be an alternative and even become a replacement for the Carcano rifles, which by World War I standards were beginning to show their age as well. But it did have very large capacity magazines, and like we said, it even fired up to 300 rounds in 1900 in fully automatic. But the cons of the Cei-Rigotti is that the weapon is that it was the first of its kind. Just like the Lebel and the MP18, it didn't exactly get the kinks right because it was the first, so it didn't have no blueprint to work off of and say, well, this is how you're supposed to do an SMG, or this is how you're supposed to do a bolt action rifle. So it was the first of its kind, and Italy wanted to experiment with the Cei-Rigotti, but the other powers, the other Entente powers as well, didn't really see much interest in it. So it basically vanished into obscurity because of jamming and overheating quickly as well. But that is the story of the Cei-Rigotti.